Oh, loud. Extremely loud. So loud. Someone commented that the intro has to go. Why would you say that? That's the best song I've ever heard in my life. Can't make everyone happy, all right? Maybe when I am a famous podcaster making millions of dollars, I could pay someone to make a different one. Or maybe, don't jump up here, Annie. Nope. Maybe the person who said that, get out of here, can make me an intro. We're not doing it. We're not stepping on stuff. We're not going to do what. The other day, Tina and I were filming Slop City, and little Kevin, well, first of all, Gary stepped on the record button and turned it all the way off. And then Kevin tried to get on the table and unplugged it, and the whole file is gone. Okay, so I'm just going to address this. I am wearing compression on my arms because, as I have mentioned, my arms are really bad with lipedema right now. And these are not medical grade. These are not prescription. These are from Amazon. They're called BioFlect. I wear them on my legs sometimes, and they do help with swelling. So I just got these until I get a regular physical therapist that can measure me and prescribe some, medical grade.
Need any goats now?
Medical grade goats. Hey, good news. I will drop the link in the description, but we got a new shirt. Need any
goats now?
Need any goats now? And it says,
Need any goats now?
Need any goats now? It has a nice picture of a goat. I'm going to get one for myself. If you want to get one for yourself, please, by all means, get one. Don't feel obligated to get one. Proceeds from the sale of the shirts go to this guy.
Need any goats
Not
now?
that guy who created all this. Need any goats now? Some good news. If you have been following along on my Instagram or Facebook journey, I am divorced. And that was one of the questions that someone had asked on Patreon. Can you talk about your marriage? And I don't really like talking about it because it's just not relevant in my life anymore. My ex-husband, and I have been divorced separated since 2011, 12, 10, 11, 12. And at the time, it wasn't something that I wanted. I did not want to get a divorce. But yesterday, when I walked out of that courtroom, being a divorced 49-year-old woman, nothing made me happier. And people are asking me, like, was it awkward to see your ex? Whoa. No, it wasn't awkward because, he knows what he did was wrong. Was I totally innocent in everything? Probably not. I didn't cheat on him, but maybe I wasn't as available to him as I could have been. Yeah, so we married in 2004. We met at the Waffle House. I was working at the Waffle House for a summer. When I was teaching, of course, I didn't get paid in the summer being a teacher assistant, and I had to find summer jobs. One of the jobs that I got was at Waffle House being a server, and this is when I could stand on my feet all day and night. No problem. And we met there. We dated for 3 years, I think, and then got married. And when we got married, he also had a son that I was helping to raise. So I had a stepson, which is funny. He's a grown-ass man now. Then the shit went down. I'm going to say 2010. All the shit went down with him. Cheating, etc. And I put up with it for, I'd say, over a year. You know, because I was scared and I was like, I don't want to start all over. I don't want to be single. I don't want to do this, do that. Because, as you know, in my life, typically was scared of everything at this time of my life. And I was like, I can't do it without him, which is, when I look back now, I'm like, what was I thinking? But that's what we do, right? And finally, you know, and I like to describe it as a light bulb going off because it's really what happened. He said one day, you know, something along the lines of, I just want to be able to do what I want all the time with whoever I want. And that literally at that moment it went ding. And I was like, cool, I'm done. And I meant it. And I was done. And ever since that day, I was done. There was no like, I want him back or maybe we can work it out. It was literally the light bulb went off and I was donezo, brother. Sweating. This ring light and these compressions are making me sweat. I don't have any regrets about being married. I mean, if I could go back, would I do it all over again? I don't know. I'm not one to like try to change the trajectory of time because I watch Outlander, okay? Big Outlander fan. And I know that if you change something, that's going to mess up the future. Also have seen Back to the Future. Now, if Marty had gone back in time and you know, made out with his mom like his mom wanted him to do, that would have messed up his whole future. So if you're asking, would I do it all over again? I guess. I think a lot of stuff that comedians go through or do gives them their sense of humor. At least that's what I've heard. So maybe I wouldn't be as funny if I hadn't gone through that. To think of myself as a divorced woman, I don't know why, but it's hysterical to me. And what's even more hysterical to me is that I thought that I was going to go into this courtroom and the judge was going to, you know, ask me all kinds of questions and say like, why you want to divorce this man? What's going on? And really it was, they just reviewed our paperwork, which said that, you know, we didn't own any property together. We didn't have any children together. And she said, is your marriage what's that word? Irrelectively? I'm never going to be able to say it. You know what I'm saying? Is your marriage beyond repair? And we had already checked that box off on the paperwork. So she's like, yeah, just take this down to the notary republic, get it signed, and then bring it back here and you'll be divorced. And we went downstairs and got the thing notarized. The guy goes, can I help you? And I go, yeah, I'm trying to get a divorce, brother. He signs the paperwork. And when you're a notary, wow, you have to write down a lot of stuff. Have you ever been to a notary? They have a whole booklet. They got to write all kind of stuff down. Check your ID, this, that, and everything. And after he signed it and put his little stamp on there, I started to laugh hysterically, and I was saying, this is the best day of my life. This is the best day of my life. And my ex-husband kind of just was standing there like, and I go, I'm just kidding, because I kind of felt bad for saying that. And then I go, I'm not kidding. The thing is, he also has a sense of humor, and he's had 2 major relationships since we broke up, so he's not worried about me. Although he has it at times, a couple times that I've seen him, oh, I shouldn't have done that. I should have just been happy with what I had. Yeah, brother, too late for that now. You could have had this whole empire. You could have had this cork board. You could have had these beautiful fan arts behind me. You could have been Annie's daddy. But no, you couldn't be happy with what you had. You had to go out and put your ding dong, in other people. Which is, I'm not a big, my brain tells me that monogamy is not the way to be. I just think not everybody's meant to be monogamous. But also I don't think people should lie, cheat, trick somebody. I shouldn't be at home watching your child, babysitting your child, taking care of your child while you're out someone is what I'm saying. And it's the deceit, because in order to deceive me, there was many lies. One of the things, and I don't know why this sticks out in my mind, but one of the nights that he was with this woman, he had sent me a picture of a horse. And, he did different odd jobs here and there, but one of the jobs that he had been working on that week was there were horses there. So I had known that, and so he had sent a picture of a horse, and this horse is right here right now. Well, that picture, unbeknownst to me, had been taken earlier in the week, and he sent that to try to trick me. This was before the iPhone, when you could look at a picture and see when and where it was taken. That's the kind of stuff that makes me feel it's like the betrayal. Like, you went out of your way to deliberately trick me so that you could feel better about what you were doing. And the they always say the woman's instincts are always right. Well, I started to have a feeling, because people act different when they're doing different stuff. And the guy was always, dirty. He did like greasy work, like car grease, and always just wearing dirty clothes. Not dirty like stinky, but like greasy and dirty. And he'd work different hours. He'd work some jobs at night, some in the day. It was off and on. Well, one day he came home and took a shower and got clean clothes and to go back to work. And I'm like, where are you going? Going back to work? And I'm like, since when do you take clean clothes with you to work, bro? And that's when I was like, And at the time, I'm saying to him, is something going on? You doing something? And this was one of the first times, like, when I can think back, like, oh, he was gaslighting me. I didn't know what that meant then. I know what it means now. Saying to me, like, I can't believe you would accuse me of cheating on you, and I'm out here working for this family. Well, he wasn't out working. He was working that. I wish you could see Annie. She's sitting right here. You can see her little head. Annie! And that's the story of me getting a divorce. I'm divorced. And, of course, I've been, dating other people since then because I'm not religious. So, in my eyes, when he stepped outside of the marriage, it was over for me. And I'm not like, oh, excuse me. It wasn't like a God. Oh, she's trying to high-five me. It wasn't like a God contract for me. You got to get down, Annie. So I've, whatever. Whatever, brothers. So congratulations to me is what I'm trying to say. I don't remember who it was on my Patreon that said, hey, can you talk about your previous relationship? But because that's what we do on Patreon. Every once in a while I'll say, hey, what do you guys want me to talk about? And you guys will throw some ideas. And I know that Ronnie Manzini, the neighborhood mailman, wanted me to talk about my the lesbian stage in my life. Come on, Annie. Annie, are you lesbian? I don't think she understands what that is because she's a cat and she can't understand what I'm saying. Before we get into lesbianism, let's just see what Annie has to say. Okay. Alrighty. You can sit on the desk or you sit there. Guess what I have here, folks? Once upon a time, I had the voicemail, I would listen to them. Once upon a time, I'd open my phone and listen to them again. Voicemail, voicemail, it's time for the voicemail. That was the piece of the song that I picked for the segment. Once upon a time, I had the voicemail, I would listen to them. Once upon a time, I'd open my phone and listen to them again. Voicemail, voicemail, it's time for the voicemail. I mean, my voice in that last part when I'm like, voicemail, sounds so cool. I sound like a real singer. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for some voicemails. We got some voicemails coming in. I know that Ron had sent me a message on Patreon that said, hey, I sent you a voicemail because I'm going to go ahead and see what Ron had to say. Say it, Ron.
Libbie, this is Ron. I'm just really concerned about Carla after she drank that Grimace shake. Did she survive? Was she resurrected and now forced to make the fish sandwiches at McDonald's? I have to know. Thank you.
It's the thank you for me. Well, Ron, when I made the Grimace shake video with Carla, I didn't anticipate it being a thing that was really in Carla's world. So I didn't think that people would think that Carla is now dead. And that's what people think, and I kind of feel weird about that because now I'm like, oh, do I have to think up a storyline? Like, why is Carla resurrected, as you said, or why is Carla not dead? To me, it's not the timeline of Carla is just like random. It's not what I'm saying is Carla's not dead. Carla's alive, and she might be alive for a magical reason. She might be alive because she could have been faking it. There's many reasons. So don't be scared, Ron. The funny part about this voicemail is that I'm going to poop in my pants. The reason why that alarm is going off is because I'm going to the doctor tomorrow, and I'm going to be getting some blood drawn, and I have to fast. So at this moment, at 1:15 a.m. in the morning, I have to fast. And often they'll say, well, no food after midnight. Well, my appointment isn't until 1:30. I probably won't be getting my blood drawn till 2, hopefully. And then it'll be 12 hours. Because let's be honest, I might not even get my blood drawn tomorrow. The reason I'm getting my blood drawn is because I know that my doctor wants to see where I'm at as far as cholesterol and all that shit. But also, I'm getting a root canal on Monday, and I'm going to be sedated. And in order for them to sedate me, they needed my doctor to write down all these figures and facts, all these blood markers and blood pressure and the size of my... I don't know why my dentist would need to know the size of my to do a root canal, but that apparently is a thing. So that's why my alarm's going off. I can't finish this Coke. All right, we're going to finish it real quick. That's it. I'm not drinking any more of that, and it's water from here on out. How am I going to survive the next 12 hours without a drink of Coke? What she's going to find when the doctor or the phlebotomist takes my blood out of my arm, she's going to say, ma'am, your blood is brown. And I'll say, huh? And then I'll take my finger and dab it there on the blood, and I'll say, oh, that's actually Coca-Cola because that's all I drink. And she'll say, you really should be drinking some water. And I say, hey, one of the first ingredients in this Coke is water, bro. Let's see here, 715 number.
Oh, Cecilia, you're finally divorced. You get to get your old name back. I'm so happy for you, but sad you didn't get to throw out the legal jargon. Okay, that last part didn't end so well. Love you, Libbie. Have a good night.
The fact that people call and make up song lyrics to the song Cecilia is so endearing to me. It makes me feel like I am really something special, honestly. The fact that this person and the other person who made up lyrics to it called and sang that. It's so funny and cute. I do get my old name back, and as you know, Higgins is not my real name. It's my stage name, but I do get back my old real name, and I'm not going to say what it is because that's my personal business, Barbara. It's not for you to know and for you to find out. It's just that's my personal business. Wow, love that. Thanks for calling 715. Okay, this is a long one.
Hey, Libby.
Oh, it's a guy.
I just now heard the number on your most recent podcast. I couldn't figure out the number to call to leave a voicemail to save my life for some reason.
But
I just wanted to let you know I really enjoy storage. Really glad you started it. Also enjoy the other podcasts you do. I enjoy all your content. This is more of a, I guess, serious call. I've been going through a lot lately, pretty much this whole year since the beginning of 2023. Had a lot of family issues, been taking care of my grandmother with dementia. My mom had a stroke, and it's just been a lot. And I just wanted to say thank you because you're always so funny. You always make me laugh no matter how down I'm feeling, no matter what's going on in my day or my week. You always manage to make me laugh. You're a godsend to me, and I appreciate what you do. I appreciate your content, and I'm pretty sure that's what, you do it because you enjoy it, but you do it, to make people laugh as well. And it's just been a great experience for me. When I speak with my counselor, she's always like, what do you do? Like when you try to take time for yourself, blah, 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 how they go on about that stuff. And I'm like, I listen to podcasts. I listen to Libbie Higgins on storage and, other podcasts, and which I won't name on this one because storage is most important right now. But I just wanted to say thank you because there are some of us out there that, are struggling with a lot of things, pretty major things in our life. And it's people like you that really make a difference. And I just wanted to thank you for that. I hope you have a wonderful week. Thanks.
Friend, I wish you would have said your name. 423 number. That's it. Thank you for the nice call. Lots of times people will say, I've been going through a lot and this really helped me. Well, this helps me. This helps me doing this. Because if I didn't have this podcast to do or the other things that I do, I'd be laying in that bed over there, not doing anything, not being productive. And he said that really makes a difference. That's what I always want to make a difference. That's why I did teaching, because I really felt like that was it was something that I could see. I could see the difference in the kids when they were learning things, and that made me feel happy. And seeing people like this podcast or listening to this podcast, and calling in and making up song lyrics makes me, it makes a difference with me, what y'all are doing for me. Does that make sense? Like, this is, even though I'm talking to a camera right now, I'm talking to you. And you're listening to me. And we have some sort of weird relationship here, even though I can't see you. Does that sound cheesy? Because I didn't want it to sound cheesy. So thank you for calling. I appreciate it. And I hope things get better for you. I have personally dealt with a few older people that have had dementia. Not any of my relatives. These are people that I either took care of or was in contact with, and it's a very difficult disease. And give you props for helping take care of your grandma, because they truly turn into they turn into different people. I know that the guy that I helped take care of, he had dementia. His name was Harry, actually. And the way he acted to me was apparently not how he acted before getting dementia. He got kind of mean. They get kind of mean sometimes, and they don't remember things, which is fine. It's just a thing that happens, and people with dementia deserve to be taken care of with dignity and kindness too. But it is very difficult, and I've seen some TikTok accounts. I don't want to say they're. I hope they're not exploiting these people, but they're showing like what it's like to live with people with dementia, and they don't remember you. And I can't imagine how horrible that is to have your mom or grandma or dad or whoever not know who you are. Annie's sitting here acting like she doesn't know who I am. Does she have dementia? No, she's just a brat and not listening to me. Anne. Oh, she's so pretty, though. My cat is so pretty. There's something about tuxedo cats with their white whiskers and the black fur that just, it pops. It pops, girl. You're popping. Uh-oh. Need any goats? Need any goats now? Looks like we got a call from Molly Daisy. We all know who Molly Daisy is. Whoa.
Hey, honeys. Molly Daisy here. So, I'm starting to think that a few months ago when I thought I was leaving you a voicemail here to tell you a gross family story after you told the story about sticking finger in the butthole and making each other smell it and stuff, that I possibly pulled on someone else's voicemail because I don't think you got it, but anyways, it was a while ago. So I'm gonna tell you the gross family story. Basically,
I hope you left this on someone else's voicemail. That's all I'll say.
My family story that is like akin to yours is one time for my birthday, I had some friends over and we all had pizza and pasta from a local spot for delivery. And one of the girls, like, just ate so much of the spaghetti. And in the middle of the night, like, we all wake up because she's laying on the carpet just like a cat. And then barfs up a ton of spaghetti. Now, later, whenever my dad and I would play card games, because I, was very sheltered and would only play card games with my dad every night, the deal was whenever we played a game, whoever lost had to smell the barf stain. So that barf stain became a hallmark of
That's
shame.
nasty.
But in a fun way. So whoever lost anything, or whoever lost a bet, had to dig their nose in the barf stain. Love you, honeys.
Yeah, I don't think you called because I don't remember that story. Or maybe you did and I just don't remember it. You had to smell the barf stain. Why do families have such weird, gross things that we do? What's wrong with us all, collectively? We're gross. We're nasty. Somebody said, hey, honeys. All right, here's one more. This is 816. I think it is. That's Kansas City.
Hi, Libbie. My name's Melissa, and I'm watching Storage episode number 24, where you just told the story about almost dying on the Black River in southern Missouri. And I literally almost died on the Black River in southern Missouri, caught in a tree in my kayak 2 weeks ago. I thought, what a small world, and I wanted to share that with you. We love you. You keep us laughing all the time. My husband and I enjoy you. Keep it up. You're awesome.
Melissa.
Bye.
Melissa. Why do we almost both die on the Black River? Is it because it's called the Black River and that's a bad name for a river? Spooky Black River. Spooky. Melissa, I'm glad you are alive. It's probably really scary almost drowning as an adult. I think as a kid, you have all kind of traumatic things happen to you and you just kind of figure it out and move along. But as an adult, whoa, that sounds really scary because I think you're more aware. When you're a kid, like, your frontal lobe's not all the way done doing whatever it does, forming, developing. As an adult, you're pretty much all there, and you know that you just almost drowned in the Black River on a tree root. Hope you're okay, brother. Dang. And then the worst part about almost drowning on a float trip is you have to finish the float trip. You don't just get to walk on the shore and an Uber comes and picks you up. You're out in the wilderness. You have to get back in the boat that almost killed you. Oh, Lord. Huh? You have to get back in the boat. It's like if I'm walking down the street and this is the worst analogy. I don't even know where I was going with it, but it was not going to make any sense. So I'm not even going to do it. But hey, you almost drowned. Get back in the boat and let's finish this 12-mile float trip. I don't know what it is about Missouri. And I don't know if this is how it is in other states, but people in Missouri live for float trips. It's like, yeah, let's go floating. And they get their coolers and fill them up to the brim with Busch beer and other Bud products. They love it. Nothing like getting drunk on the river and floating down and overturning your boat, canoe, raft, and having all your belongings just swept down the river, forever gone. All the Lunchables you bought for the kids, gone. I keep trying to drink this because I'm so thirsty. I need to get some water. I'm so glad we didn't have to sing Eagle's Wings about Melissa dying. Caught in a tree in my kayak. Well, that's the first problem, Melissa. You're riding in a freaking kayak, all right? There's nothing more uncomfortable than sitting in a kayak. And I know there's different kinds of kayaks. There's the ones where it, like, you're in it and then it suctions onto your waist so you can, like, do tricks or something. But then there's the kayak, like the kayak I've been on, where you just sit on top and your legs are going straight out. And it's not comfortable. And it's not fun, you know. And it's got the paddle that, like, you don't paddle like this. You paddle like this. You got one long paddle that's got two things on the edge, and you're like, as far as I know, really a good upper body workout. Speaking of upper body workouts, did water aerobics today. And if you are a bigger person and you want to do some movement/exercise, get to a water aerobics class, because I got such a workout that I couldn't have done on land. I couldn't run on land or do jumping jacks. My body would literally crumble up on itself. Such a workout. My shoulders were burning because we have like these little weights that we put in there. They're like foam, so when you put them in the water, they actually feel like they weigh 475 pounds. I'm just moving and grooving, doing jumping jacks, running in place. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, this is cool. Hardly feel it. Go to get out of the water. And almost had to have an ambulance come get me because, boy, it was a workout. And this particular pool doesn't have, how do I say, it doesn't have an easier exit other than, so you could climb on the ladder, which if you are able-bodied, you don't even think about it. You're like, yeah, this is cool. Or you could walk all the way over here and walk out like it's deep and then you can walk out. Well, I attempted to do the ladder and I pull myself up. I'm like, okay, cool. Pull myself up on the next one. That's when my came out of the water, and that's when I started feeling it. When that ass came out of that water, that's when I was like, oh, yep, we got a problem here. And I was on step 2 and had 2 more to go, and somebody waiting behind me, a couple of guys over here just looking at me, and I go, hey, I didn't know you were going to be sitting there, sir. I don't want you looking at me when I'm trying to get out because I'm struggling. And he goes, hey, you got this. And I was like, yeah, I got this. And I go to lift my foot on the next one, get it up, go to do the left foot, and he's like, you got this? And I'm like, yeah, I got this. And just really struggling, and kind of start grabbing the everything like this. Like I'm going to have, because going like this was not working. I had to really dig in deep over here in the front. And he goes, what are you doing? And I said, sir, I'm trying to get all this ass out of this pool. And he started laughing. And he goes, I see you, though. I see you. I ain't looking at your, but I see you working to get out of there. And I pulled it up. And at that moment, that's when I realized that I want this man to be my personal trainer. Okay, he didn't make me feel ashamed or weird or anything. But what he did was gave me that little extra to help me get out of that water. I'm going to be honest, I don't think I would have made it if that man wasn't sitting there encouraging me. I would have given up, walked back those 2 steps, and went under the little rope and walked out that way. And then when I got out, I tried to act cool, like I wasn't like tired. I'm like, yeah, that was a good workout. Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm feeling good. When really I was like, my legs are made of actual rubber. I'm a rubber woman. Look at me, made of rubber. Whoa. Fun workout. Thinking about taking Annie with me next time. Annie, you want to go to the Y and do water aerobics? And I asked the teacher, whose name was Cassie, I said, I've noticed that there are some classes that are called adult, what is it called? I think I talked about this last week, but it's basically like older adult. Active older adults is what it's called. So it'll have active older adult yoga or active older adult aerobics. And at this time, I think that those would be good for me. I think they would be more my speed because I can't just walk into a regular or a yoga class and do anything productive. And she goes, oh, no, anybody can take those. It's good. So I think I'm going to start going to the active older adult classes, even though I'm not 65, until I start getting, start getting the freaking, start freaking punching people, I'm not going to punch people, but I'd like to have, I'd like to have some things in place that I can do when they don't have the water aerobics class, because sometimes there's lightning and they tell everybody to get out of the pool, even if it is inside, which I thought was weird, but I'm like, okay, I guess you really can get electrocuted inside, but I'd like to have something where I can go into the gym part and do, okay, today I want to work on, trapezoid. My trapezoids. What are those called? Your traps. I want to work on my biceps. I want to work on my triceps or whatever. So I want to have some exercises in place that I know, okay, I can go in here. This is the amount of weight I do. And I think the Y will help you set that up. I don't want to just go in there and be like, okay, what do I do now? And I just pick up a medicine ball and just start throwing it around, which I love doing. I love doing medicine balls because they make me feel like I'm really doing something. Whew, getting so hot from this ring light. What else is going on here? I drove up to St. Louis to get the divorce and drove back, and it's taking a lot of gas to drive there, but what I do is I've been using the Upside app. This is not sponsored. They should sponsor me, though, because I'm their biggest fan. And I'm up to, oh, she put her paw on me. Annie, I literally cannot handle when you put your paw on me. I have like $76 or $78 in my Upside. And that's just me. Every time I go to a gas station and get gas, I put, I pay with, whatever credit card. I just say, oh, I did this. And it's easy. And this really does sound like a commercial, but it's not. And that's money that I can put on a gift card, or I think I can get it out as cash. I don't exactly know, and there's no catch at all. Check it out. And if you want I think I can refer somebody and get like a cent or 2 cents or something, which is cool, but not a sponsored ad again. Hey, Annie. You love Mama? You love mommy? One more time, Annie. Purr. The purr. Here, Annie. Why is it that now that I have to fast for the next 12 hours, I've never been more hungry and thirsty, and I want to drink the rest of that Coke so bad, and I know I can't. Because they'll say, ma'am, you got diabetes. And I'll say, no, actually, I just drank a Coke, and I wasn't supposed to drink it. That's why my sugar levels are too high. We'll listen to one voicemail, and if that doesn't inspire something, then we'll get on out of here because I'm burning up. Oh, hot, burning. Oh, let's see this right here.
Hey, Libs.
Whoa, deep
I
voice.
just had a couple of questions for you. So I'm just a young gay fella up here in Buffalo, New York, originally from Tampa, Florida. And I'm going through some tough times right now, just having a little bit of hemorrhoid.
Oh.
And I just wanted to know, what do you do for them? I mean, I grease up a finger full of fucking Preparation H and just like kind of squeeze it back in there. But I've been going through it for a couple of days now, and I'm just finding that it's not working very well. I was just wondering if you might have some help. I saw one time on Ricky Lake that they used something like witch hazelnuts or something like that. But let me know. I'm just hollering at you. It's been a late night watching Storage Podcast, just making sure I was able to leave a voicemail for you. All right, have a good night. Ain't no fucking Patreon. Have a good night.
I think he said at the end, I ain't no fucking Patreon, which means, I mean, you shouldn't have got your voicemail played. Just kidding. I'll play everybody's voicemail, but Patreon first. As far as the hemorrhoids, and I would like to say that my sister says that hemorrhoids look like cocktail onions. And I have never seen a hemorrhoid in real life. And I think a couple of times I maybe had one and it wasn't bad. And what I did was place a little, as he said, Preparation H on it, and everything was fine. As far as you, witch hazel, I have heard works, and I think that's what's an active ingredient in some of these things. Now, I remember a commercial from the 80s and 90s, and it was Tux medicated pads. And if you remember Stridex had a little canister, and you took off the top, and inside there were these little pads, and you would use the Stridex to put on your face if you had zits or whatever. Basically stripped everything off of your face, good and bad, oil, just obliterated your top layer of your skin. Well, Tux medicated pads were the same kind of thing. You took the top off, and you had a pad. Now, on the commercial, the way for them to show that these pads really work, they would take a lit match and take a Tux medicated pad and then put it around the match, and the match would go and the match would go out. So this is indicating that if you take a Tux medicated pad and place it on your hemorrhoid, you'll feel relief instantly because it'll go on your hemorrhoid. What was the sensation that I experienced when I think I had a, let's just call them HRs, because I don't want to keep saying hemorrhoid. The pain I experienced when I had a HR was, can you see Annie laying down? It's ridiculous. It was sort of a burning itching, and I thought, what's that? What's that little itchiness? I thought maybe I didn't get enough when I went to the bathroom. But no, it was a little baby cocktail onion. And then the other day, I received a picture, which can only be described as horrifying, from my sister. And she said it was a picture of her HR. And I said, what is this? And she replied, it's a picture of my HR. And I go, what? Why would you send that to me? She goes, all the shit you've sent me. And I was like, okay, I get it. But yeah, there's a special kind of love and relationship with Sis and I, where she thought it would be okay to send a picture of an HR. And I don't ever want to see not only an HR from her again or her butt crack. I don't know what it is about our family, but I don't like to see my family members' body parts. I'll look at anybody else's. I don't care. I'll look at Annie laying here with her legs so spread that it's unconstitutional. But for some reason, I don't like to see my body parts of my family. One time I almost saw my dad's ding dong one time when he was taking a nap. And my dad always took a nap in his tidy whities, but one time I almost saw his ding dong and it kind of freaked me out. And that's not what our family did. Some families are fine being naked around each other. My family's not. I don't want to see Sis's butt. I don't want to see her cocktail onion. I don't want to see her HRs. Now, if you guys were to show me, I'd be okay with looking at it because you're not my family. Although I will say, if needed, I would look at Sis's butt, because when my dad was dying and he needed some assistance with some personal matters, for instance, a suppository, I had to do that. And it was my dad, and it freaked me out. But then I was like, you know what? This is my dad. I'm going to go ahead and do this. And like I said before, treat him with dignity and respect, and do this in a manner that's not going to make him feel strange about it, because he needed assistance, because he was not okay. Now, if Chelsea or Beth or anybody who are like my family but not actual blood relatives said, hey, would you put a suppository in my butthole? No problem. I'd do it. I'd do it right away. Something about it being my own family makes it weird. Annie, I can't get over how you're laying. Yep. She wants to lay there spread, but you go to pet her stomach, and guess what? Full attack. And that's going to be it for today, because if I have to spend another moment awake without drinking this Coca-Cola, I'm going to lose it. And I got to be quiet because everybody just got back from their vacation and they're trying to rest. Oh. And while they were gone, I was taking care of a hamster and a fish. And when they went up there, I hear, da-da-da-da. I thought they were saying dead, but I think what they were saying was there's a spider in my bed. I was thinking they were saying, like, my pets are dead. Our fish is dead. All right, Annie. Get out of here. All right, you guys. Thanks for stopping by. I love y'all. If you want to get you a goat shirt.
Need any goats now?
Get you a goat shirt. If you need any goats, call this guy.
Need any goats now?
He'll be there to give you some goats.
Need any goats now?
Need some goats. Do you want to see a billy goat? Do you want to see a mountain goat? Do you want to eat? I was going to say goat, but that's not nice. All right. Bye. Love you.